So, good evening, all of you. Today is a Saturday and tomorrow is a Sunday. So, I wanted to touch upon a very different type of topic, which I usually like to talk on a Sunday because this is the area where we need to work on self development, on an area where it's for us, it's not for business, but it is purely for us. So, the topic which I wanted to do was that it's how many times that we usually try to change our results, the outcome of the result basically. So, for example, if I am a car dealership owner and I have a habit of missing my targets, I want to change the outcome of becoming a dealer who wants to change their target or achieve the target. Or if I am a CEO, I want to become a better leader. That's the outcome you want to achieve. Or you are somebody from an automotive manufacturing side who believes that, okay, I want to create a much more deeper impact to the organization which I represent and to the channel partners in terms of communicating the right message. But most of the time, we usually try to fix up a goal with that. And this is sort of a thing which I learned when I was reading the book called Atomic Habits. And some part of my life also had a past reflection about that we usually try to change the outcomes. And mine did that outcomes are the superficial level. It's like if you want to become a better leader or a better salesperson or somebody who has a consistent approach to solving the business problem and reaching the targets every month on month. This is the outcome. But deep within, you will actually find that the second layer is the processes which leads to this outcome. And behind that is the identity. And what we have found is, and it has been proven across by many of the behavioral scientists and the people who are in the industry for a pretty long time, that outcomes get dependent or influenced by the processes or your systems or the habits, and those gets influenced by something which is what you identify or believe in yourself. So for example, if I believe or I have a strong belief that I am somebody who is going to achieve a target, you will actually find that you will build habits which help you reach those targets, and the outcomes would be the results or the final thing that those habits will produce. But if you believe deep down that probably I am not capable to drive the business in my area, then your habits will actually take the shape of that, and your results will be an outcome of that. So, how many times it has happened that everyone had a passion in mind when they started off with something, let's say a business or an enterprise and everything, and it ended up that probably the results are not getting achieved. And when you start analyzing it, it forms to the fact that though that person actually works towards the goals, brings those systems and processes, but deep down he doesn't believe that he can do it. So, today we are trying in an automotive industry to reach to a new zenith, solve a new set of problems, overcome a new set of challenges. But deep down, do we really believe that those challenges should be solved? Those challenges, or are we the persons capable to do that? That's an identity shift which uh, any of the people in this industry must do it. In my years and in decades, 2 decades of the industry which I worked with this, I had a firm belief that channel partners could be driven, could be made to actually follow an aligned path, and in fact, there was a business to be done. On the contrary, that I have been listening to the stories for the past 2 decades that there is no business in an automotive business right now. The business used to be the great, but in the last 2 decades, there has not been a very single instance where that sort of a thing could disconvince me or discourage me to believe that there is no money to be made in this business. Anything which serves as a value and creates some sort of an impact creates money into the long term and wealth in the very uh, on a very generational scale. But then what actually makes certain people believe that this business is totally out of bounds, and certain people who are very convinced Drive this business like it's like driving a horse or a chariot. Thing comes down that what do you believe and an identity itself. So if deep down as a channel partner or as a dealership owner, CEO or an area manager representing a brand, if deep down you believe that I am capable of solving this problem, I am a problem solver and this is a value I'm giving into the market and there is going to be a money into it, I'm sure your habits will actually get tuned to that, your processes will get tuned to that, and in a longer run you will actually find your results getting tuned to that. And the same goes for something like as simple as a fitness or a wealth. If you are going to save money every day and going to save money every week or month, then the point is you would be in a saving path, on a wealth creation path. But if you're able to lose the money, which means that if you make X rupees of income and you spend something like X plus 10, then this habit over a long run is going to make you poorer or less wealthy. Similarly goes for fitness. So why don't we try this Sunday in a way to reflect back and see that what type of outcomes we want to achieve. Let's say we want to achieve higher number of sales. Let's take a back step and look into that. Are we doing all the things or the processes to achieve those? And do we believe deep down that we are the persons who are able to achieving those sales? Do we manifest those? So it's a two-step process. You build an identity through habits, and through habits you build the identity. So I want you to just reflect on this topic, and to know more about it, I would highly recommend you to read a book by James Clear, which is Atomic Habits, uh, to keep these things into mind, because no matter you will try to change the results over the period of time, but if deep down, if you don't have the right habit and the systems and the processes and the identity or the belief that those outcomes are possible, it's a guarantee that the results which you achieved would be short term and not something what you require for a long term success. I hope I was able to create value for your Sunday. Thank you all. Do share your experiences if any of this sort made any sense to you. And if you had any experience, please do share in the comment box. Thank you all. Have a nice Sunday. Bye.